Hello everyone, this is the Sports Show podcast, and today we're joined with Graham McCormack. How are you, mate?
How you, bud?
All good, mate, all good, brilliant. So just before we get started here, we're just going to give a quick shout out to the Violent Gentleman, Ross, what a legend. We have
What is it?
Graham wearing his own fake camp gear from the Violent
Yeah,
Gentleman as well, myself. Absolute legend for supplying
best in the
exclusive,
business. Best in the
100%,
business.
brilliant. Anyone who hasn't heard of him, get on. I'll leave wee links in his social media down below to his website. Have a look, unbelievable
And
quality.
there'll be G train gear going up for sale soon. So which is cool.
Yeah, 100%. Word on the 10th of December at his defence of the title. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 10th of December, man, and the Colin card.
Brilliant. We'll talk about that later on. But first of
Yeah.
all, what got you started in the boxing?
I am boxing since I'm 15, man. I suppose. Look, Limerick. I come from a rough area, man. You know what I mean? And we all kind of ventured into the boxing club, and I just loved it when I went into the club. Like I said, I started, I suppose, later than some. I started at 15, and I just loved it, man. You know what I mean? And I love everything about boxing, man. You know what I mean? It was great as a youth for me. It kept me out of a bit of trouble that I had gotten into in later on in life. You know what I mean? But as a teenager, I didn't get into as much trouble as some of my friends might have. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
because of boxing, you know. So yeah, I just stumbled upon a club when I was young, and I just loved it ever since then, man.
Yep. And of course, you have the nickname G Train McCormack. Where'd that come from?
That actually came from just fighting out on the road, man. To be honest with you, I was always fighting, man. You know what I mean? And especially like, suppose as I started drinking and stuff like that, I'd always be fighting, man. You know what I mean? And people like, Graham's like a fucking train fighting people. You know? Look, maybe it's not to be proud of, but it's just the name just stuck me, man. And when I turned pro, people at the time were like, "Oh, what's your nickname on me?" I said, "You know, G Train," and it's catchy. You know, I know it's like my own thing. Like when I'm walking on the street, now people are like, G Train. No one even calls me Graham anymore. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep. Yep, definitely. So give us a wee run through of your amateur career. What was your amateur career like?
I had about 50 fights as an amateur, man. It was a very kind of stop-start amateur career. Like, so like when I first started boxing, my first fight at 16, I had about 10, 11 fights. And then I kind of stopped and came back and had 5 or 6 more, and then stopped, came back. I won a few Limerick titles. I won a few Munster. I won a Munster League title. I went up to the All Irelands twice. I got beaten both times. So yeah, look, I was always a good, tough amateur. But I'll be honest, I was never the best. I was never the most skillful. I never gave it my all either, though. You know what I mean? Like when I was young, I loved it, and I gave it my all for years. And then when I turned 18, I bought a car and girls and drinking, you know, and all the stuff that comes with it. And boxing kind of went on the back burner, man, you know. And then I went to Australia, came back, and had a few kids young, and we went back boxing again, had a few more fights. So I built up, like, I had about 50 fights, man. Like start career, do you know what I mean? Through my whole until I turned pro, I suppose. But like through my mid-20s, man, I completely stopped boxing. You know what I mean? I was going in and out of jail and drinking and drugging and living a crazy life, man. So boxing kind of didn't get any of my attention at all. Like so when I gave up the drinking and the drugs, I went back boxing at 28. I won a Munster League title. I won a couple of fights, good couple of fights. I think another 5 to 8 fights then, and I was feeling great, man. And I got an opportunity to go to Ricky Hatton's sparring. A friend of mine, Mark Hannon, got me an opportunity to go over sparring. I went over, and like at the time, I kind of left my amateur club. I was kind of humming and hawing what to do. I was just after getting beaten to All Ireland, and I was like, "Oh, what do I do now?" And I said, "Look, let's see how I get on sparring these pros." And I got on great. The second spar I had when I went over there was Paddy McCrory, man. I'm really good friends with Paddy. Paddy had just won his debut, and I'd done a couple rounds with Paddy as well. And I just really enjoyed sparring the pros. So I got an opportunity when I came home to turn pro, and that was it. Then, man, that was kind of that was history. And then look, and now I'm in a great position now 5 years later, you know. So
Brilliant.
my amateur career, man, was a long one, but like I definitely didn't achieve what I could have achieved if I had gotten more serious about it. But like I started so much, and I suppose everything that was going on in my life at the time, and I just never gave it my all like I do now, you know. Now I give it everything I have, and my whole life is built around boxing, man. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm in the gym 3 4 times every day, and you know it's different. It's mad, like, because if maybe if I'd done this 10 years ago, like, you know, like, but I didn't. So I'm in this position now, and I'm going to just reap it while I can, you know.
Yep, brilliant. And of course, as you said there, you were a tough, good amateur fighter. Do you think that sort of persuaded you a wee bit to go professional?
Um, yeah, like Yeah, look, I mean, like when I got Pink Islands, I was kind of like I was with Coach Christie, good. My coach were good guys and all that, but it was actually my current coach now, Sean, at the time, Sean Kelly. This is before I had even turned pro. I'd said, like, why don't you give the pro game a go? And I was like, nah, I don't think so, like, you know. But then the more I started, I was training with my strength and conditioning coach now, one of my best mates in all born, and he was saying, look, let's see what we can do. You know what I mean? Because I was going around sparring a lot of guys around the country, and people were coming down sparring me just to keep fresh and keep fit. And so we were getting out of sparring, and I suppose a lot of people were saying, look, you've a real good come forward style, and you're rough, and you know, why not give it a crack? So then I was kind of like, yeah, why not? So then when I got this opportunity to go to England sparring and spar actual really good pros, like Paddy, who's now an IBO world champion, like, you know what I mean? So like, I was like, yeah, fuck, let's give it a crack. So then I came back then and turned pro, you know.
Yeah, and just as you said there about Potty, we'll move just on with his fight because I end up forgetting about it later on. What did you think, make of it? Unbelievable.
Ah, man, listen, I know Paddy, like I said, man, before I turned pro, he's one of the nicest guys I've ever met. But I swear, he hits hard, man. I knew after the first minute of the first round, I knew he was going to knock that kid out. Like, Paddy hits really hard, man. I sparred him 6 years ago, and I still remember the uppercut he hit me. Like, the guy hits hard, man. And he's a good boxer, and he's definitely one of the nicest guys I've ever met boxing. I still talk to him regularly, not regularly, but like, I still am good friends with him, you know what I mean? And you know, I'm over the moon for him, man. No one deserves it more than him. He's a really good guy. He's a family man, and he's just, you know, it's a complete Jekyll and Hyde thing. Like, Paddy outside the ring is nice guy with me. Inside the ring, them, man, the guy's a stone cold killer, you know. It's
100%.
crazy, like, so I'm delighted for him, man, you know.
Yeah, and Potty himself, as you said there, he's a gentleman. He's probably the most there's no way to describe him. He's that nice of a guy that with his fans and with everything. But he's supposed to be getting a fight here on the 10th of December on your card. Is that something you're?
Yeah, I've seen that. I think. Yeah, that'd be great. It'd be great to share a card with him. To be honest, so it's going to be really good to share a card because, like, I suppose my pro career kind of started when I was over there sparring him and the other guy I sparred Ricky Hansen. Like, so it's great. It's cool to be sharing a card with him. You know what I mean? It's cool, man.
Yep. And you made your professional debut then at the National Stadium in Dublin. What was it like to make your professional debut and the win as well?
Man, that was one of the most special nights of my life, man. It was unbelievable because, like I suppose you've seen my last. Like, I've been told all my life I've been nothing but a criminal and nothing but I'll be going in out of jail my life, and you know, that's all my life will be. So, like, to make that walk to the ring, I think I brought 120 or 130 people from Limerick with me. They were all there cheering me on. Man, it was fucking unbelievable, man. It was like, I remember my teammate at the time, Sean Craig, a good friend of mine. He was saying to me, "There's nothing like your debut." And now I say that to young guys who are making their debut because the debut was just special, man. It was special for me, man. It was amazing, man. To that whole experience of it, man. You know, and I was in a good fight in my debut, man. I was in with a guy 1-1 with one knockout, man. So, like, it was a good tough fight for my first fight, you know. So yeah, it was a good entertaining fight, and I loved it, man. I loved it.
Yep, and of course you've said here a few times about the fact that before you went pro, you were in and out of jail, drugs and drink and stuff. Did that have a negative effect on your mental health?
Oh, massively, man. I struggled with mental health for years through my 20s. I had an absolute crazy 20s, man. It was mental. And I suppose I still struggle with mental health. That stuff never goes away, man. You know what I mean? I'm a drug addict, like, I'm an alcoholic. I'm not ashamed to say it, and I'll always be one, you know what I mean? But I have the tools today to deal with that. Like, I'm 6 years clean and sober. I live an absolutely fantastic life. I have a beautiful wife. I have beautiful kids. I have my own house. You know, I have great things going for me now in life. But at that time, back then, man, yeah, my mental health was all over the place, man. Like, I didn't know what real life was. I was living an absolute, in a fairy tale in my mind, you know what I mean? Drinking and drugging I couldn't get through the day without taking drugs, man. You know, that was it, man. I couldn't get through the day without drinking, you know? And, yeah, like, when I look back now, like, the position I'm in now today, like, it's fucking crazy, like, you know?
Yeah, brilliant. And then obviously 2 fights after that. So your 4th fight, you got offered the fight for the BUI Celtic title. First of all, was it that? Was it?
No, it was my 6th fight. I fought.
Right, okay.
No, yeah, I went 6-0. So it was after COVID, man. I went 5-0, and then COVID came in. I signed with my new manager, Ian Cochran, and then I came back. I fought Jordan Latimer, went 6-0, and then I got the offer for the Celtic title against Paul Kane, yeah?
Yeah. And what did you make of that? Because, well, first of all, it was an unfortunate loss. I know you know that yourself, but how was it to sort of get the offer again later on to fight for it again?
Yeah, it was great, man. Like, I got to give a big shout out to my manager, Ian Cochran. He's an absolute legend, man. And to be honest with you, I was going to retire. Because, you know, like, I have a very busy life, man. I have young kids and I have a job, I have a wife, you know, life is busy, like, but I love boxing, like, but Ian Cochran, lit the fire in me, man. He was like, "Look, give it a shot. I'll manage all. Let's give it a crack and let's see where it goes." And like now, I'm about to fight on Michael Conlan's card, which is absolutely unbelievable, man. You know, people said I'd never get here, like to this point. So like, I'm very very grateful for Ian Goffin and my trainer Sean Kelly and my wife, all those people at the time. I was genuinely going to retire, man. I was like, just not because boxing had done anything to me, but like, you know yourself, with COVID, I was getting older. You know, I had actually went back training. I wasn't really enjoying it, man. You know, I got beat up in a couple of spars, and not because I was shit on it, just because I wasn't enjoying it, man. And then after signing with Ian, and the spark came back, man. And I'm a different animal now. You know what I mean? I fell in love with boxing again. I love it more now than I ever did. Even as a 15-year-old kid 20 years ago, like I love it more now than I ever did. So yeah, look, when I got the offer for the Celtic title, I had a tough fight with Jordan Latimer when I came back, and we got beat against Paul Keane. You know, it was a very close fight, and the scorecards, your mind to give me knows, but anyone that was there or watched it knowing it was close. But the right man got the decision on the night. He beat me in my eyes by 2 rounds, and that's it. But I honestly believe that I've learned. I'm kind of grateful for the loss in a way. I wasn't happy. I was gutted I lost. Of course, I was. I'm a fighter. I don't want to lose, but yeah. I learned so much from losing that fight. You know what I mean? I learned so much about myself, mentally, physically, and as a boxer. And now, like, I'm a completely different animal now. Since then, even, like, you know what I mean. And I showed that in my last fight. You know, I was a lot better in my last fight, and I will show that in 5 weeks' time that I'm a lot better again. Like, the thing about me, man, is like I'm continuing to get better every day because I want to learn and get better every single day. You know, I've no ego. You know, I'm a humble guy, and I keep my head down. I just work hard. You know what I mean? And when you do that, man, you're giving yourself the chance to learn and get better. You know.
Yep, definitely. And after you won the BUI Celtic title, what was going through your head? What were your feelings at that stage?
It was unbelievable, man. It was definitely one of the best nights of my life, man. My kids being born, man. Or get married, of course. But it was unbelievable, man. Because like I said, I'm not gonna keep up. But like where I come from to get to there, it just felt like you know, it was the icing on the cake, man. And like I promised my younger son that I'd win him a title when I turned pro, and that was the title that I won. My son actually slept with the belt in the bed with him that night. Class. So like I knew how much it meant to him, and you know what, to the whole city, man. Limerick, where I'm from down here, man, the whole city gets behind its fighters, especially me. They've gone behind me since day one. My sponsors, you know, I'm so grateful for them. But the people, like, you know, it was like I wanted with all my people as well. You know what I mean? And my wife's been a massive part of this thing for me too. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without my wife. So man, it was more than just me winning it, man. So it was unbelievable, man. But what I will say is I want more now, like, you know what I mean? I want more now, you know what I mean? I won the title and it was unbelievable, and I don't think I'll ever top that night because of what it meant to me, but I'm happy and all, but I'm not satisfied, and I want more. And this fight was put to me and I said, yeah, let's go. And I know the guy I'm fighting is a good fighter. We've looked at him a lot, you know what I mean? But I'm 100% confident I'll beat him, and I want more, you know, and if I don't beat him, where do I go? Like, this is a win. I have to win this fight, like. You know, this guy's going to have to kill me to get me out of him, and I have to win this fight. Like, so this is everything to me now. Like, the title was unbelievable, and it was a great fight, and I love what I achieved and all that, but I want more now, and this fight is more important to me than my last fight. You know what I mean?
Yep. And of course, you fought a few times in Belfast already, as mentioned before, in the hotel. I don't know if you're at Mick Conlan's fight there at the SSE Arena, but the atmosphere in there is always incredible, as in the Europa, but the SSE is a lot bigger. And are you ready for the atmosphere?
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Like, a lot of people have been saying it to me now, like, are you ready for, like obviously I'm a fan of Mick Conlan. I didn't go out the last one. My friend Paddy Donovan was actually fighting on it. Something came up. We were going to go up, but I didn't go up. I think my small baby was sick at the time. But, you know, even watching the lads walking out, Paddy that time walking out, or when you watch Mick Conlan walking out, like, I'm just thinking, like, me walking out with my son. He walks out with me every fight. Like, it's going to be unbelievable, man, you know? Like, it's going to be definitely different, but I'm looking forward to it, man. You know, I think I will. I think I'll shine in these things. Like, you know, the bigger the occasion, the better I'll perform. You know, people haven't seen the best of me yet, and I think people think because of my age that, you know, he's not. Trust me, in 5 weeks I'll be a different animal again, and I know what I need to win, and you know, and just walking out to this, like, with all those people there, is going to be unreal. You know.
And for you personally, how do you see yourself getting your hand raised on the 10th of December?
Wow, man. You know,
Unreal.
we watch this kid. He's a come forward fighter. I'm a come forward fighter. It's gonna come down to war of attrition, and I will win that fight. Like I've been to hell and I've lived there, man. This kid won't be able to. This kid won't be able to beat it out of me. You know what I mean? Like so, like I'm ready. I'm ready to go to the depths to get this win, man. Is he? I don't think so. No, I've nothing bad to say about him. I've not one bad thing to say about him. I don't know him. Nothing bad to say about him, but like he's in my way in my eyes. Like you know what I mean? He's trying to stop me from being successful. Like and I'm ready to do whatever it takes to get this win. You know what I mean? We're working on things in the gym, working on game plans in the gym. But like everyone that knows me knows, like the game plan will probably go out the window, and it will just come down to buying on the gum shield and having it out with him. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I can tell you one thing anyway. From what I've seen of him and what I know of me, it's going to be a very, very, very entertaining fight. That's for sure.
Right.
You know, this is my daughter, but this is Molly who won't leave me alone. So she's gonna have to join us.
That's okay. And of course, what was I going to say there? No, I can't remember. It's went out of my head. But sure, are you expecting many Limerick fans to come up? Have you organised?
Oh yeah, but I there's a lot of tickets gone already, man. I'd be expecting they'll bring over 100 people up, man. I have great support from Limerick. I just want to give a big shout out to all my people. It's like they support me all the time, man. They've never not supported me. Like I've always brought big crowds, and I want to give a big shout out to all my sponsors who are local sponsors. Like it's unbelievable, man. The amount of help and the amount of support I get from down here. Like Limerick really gets behind me, and it's amazing. And you'll see that night up in Belfast, man. Like it'll be low when I come out that ring. I can guarantee you that, man. You know, and that's why I'm not like you said there. Like, are you worried about? You know, not worried. Like, but are you taken back with other people? No, because my own people are going to be there, man. And where I'm from, man, we don't give a fuck. We're fighters, man. We'll fight. You know what I mean? So like, I'm coming up there, man. I'm coming up there for a fight, like, and my people are coming with me, man. So like, I've got them behind me, man. I'm ready to go, like, you know. Yeah. So I'm just looking forward to a fun, entertaining fight. And like I said, I've nothing bad to say about Fergus at all. I just know it's going to be an entertaining fight, but I know I'm going to win it.
Yeah, and hopefully after a win for yourself, what do you see next? Do you see, because you've already defended your belt, what do you see next for you in the future?
I'll be honest with you, but I'm not even looking past this fight, not for a second, because I think if you look past the fight, you think your attention will come off the fight. I do want another title. 100%. I want another title fight. That's what I want. But for me right now, but all I see is Fergus Quinn. I don't see anybody else, any other fight. I don't see nothing else, but it's just the 10th of December, Fergus Quinn. That's all I see, because I made that mistake before. I looked past an opponent and I won the fight, but I didn't perform well because my head wasn't there. You know what I mean? And fighters have made that mistake. You know what I mean? You're into the sport. You've probably seen it loads of times when fighters make the mistake of looking past a certain fighter and not giving the full attention. So like, I'm 100% focused on just this fight, man, and just Fergus and nothing else. You know? Yes. Every time I'm hit the bag, I see him. Every time I'm sparring, I see him. You know what I mean? That's all I see right now. Like.
Yes, Graham, thank you very much for coming on. It's been a pleasure. We'll talk closer to fight week anyway.
No problem, bud. Thanks for having me on, but I really appreciate it, bud.
Thank you very much. See you
later.
Thank
you, bud. Take care, bud.